Welcome to the castle, everybody. This is Nightsaber Z42, and we are actually going to be taking a look at the Roll20 reserve for the month of February, The Raveyard by Kevin D and G. The party is just getting started. Dance with the devil in the pale strobe lights. This set contains a total of 12 unique characters, 5 token frames, and color variations of each character, adding up to a total of 190 tokens. That's quite a big feat for something that's on the Roll20 reserve. So normally when I take a look at these and I do my review on them, or whatever you call this, I go through and take a look at the authors, anything that they have on their page on Roll20, and then I actually go into the actual game and show you what the tokens or the maps look like. But today I think we're going to do things a little bit differently because the Raveyard is actually already on the marketplace. And so I'll probably just go to that page and show you everything that there is. Now, I do have some of the tokens here. That was before I realized that it was already on the marketplace. So to show you where to get this. So if you go to your art library under premium assets, under the marketplace purchases, it's going to be in the Raveyard. And mine is kind of further down, and you can see there's a whole ton of stuff here. Like over 190 to be exact. And there's quite a good variety, so to speak. And we'll take a look at some of that variety here in just a second when we go to their page. So you can also see, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see that there's a very unique art style, I feel, as well as the theme is just off the charts. So let's take a look and see what Kevin D&G has to offer in Roll20. They're a passionate D&D player, DM, and illustrator for a good while now, and have been designing tokens since they discovered Roll20. So let's take a look at their featured products. We have Dragonborn, the Crystal Islands, the Jester Set 1, the Raveyard, which is the product that we will be taking a look at, Dragonborn Set 2, Kobolds. So that seems to be what people are probably purchasing, and you can tell that their prices are consistent, $4.99. I mean, if it's anything like the Raveyard with like 190 tokens and variations, I think that would be quite good, a good value. So let's take a look at all the products. Very Merry Christmas. Isn't that like one of those stop animation Christmas stories like Rudolph or something like that? That's kind of what that reminds me of. Mighty Morphin Power Wyverns. Okay. You can see that there's a very distinct art style. I will give them that. Token frames, undead, that looks interesting. And even more kobolds. That actually kind of looks interesting too. So there's a very distinct art style. And we'll see that same distinction when we actually take a look at the Raveyard. So as you can see, I've already got this from the Roll20 reserve. I can create a game with it and do all of that stuff. So were you looking for the Graveyard? Well, that's too bad, because we quickly dropped that G like we dropped the bass. Welcome to the Raveyard, baby. Once a hacker, now the realm's #1 DJ Glitch Lich is here to put DJ Mind Flay in his place, showing who truly possesses the mind of these fans. And there we go. Some repeating of what we already know. So something that's different this time around, and I'm actually really thankful for, which we'll see later. You could actually download this whole entire set and use it for private use. So let's take a look at some of the characters that we can find in the Raveyard. So 190 items included. So we have Beholders, and the Beholders are actually colorful. They come in 5 different varieties. I won't go through all of them, mainly because there's no handy-dandy, scrolling feature for this. But I do like the colors that are represented. I really do like the token borders for this. Like that neon color, and in the background you get like some strobe light effects. That's actually really cool. I like that each of his eyeballs has sunglasses. That's actually ballin'. I never noticed that before. Then we have like I think a goblin guy. I don't know. He looks like he's playing on one of those wheels. And of course, for each creature that we have, we're going to have different color schemes, which I am always a fan of because that kind of really brings out like different enemies and stuff. And of course, they come with the borders as well. DJ Lich, DJ Glitch Lich, say that 5 times. This one's interesting, and I'll point out why here in just a second. So your normal DJ glitch, there's 5 different varieties, and this one actually comes without sunglasses. And then we have some with the shades, as you can see here, that weird shades that I don't know why people wear that. And they come with, different color schemes. And then, of course, we have the bordered ones with glasses. Here we go. And then we have them bordered without the glasses. So, nice way of stretching out your token limit by just changing one minute detail there. Let's see, further down, we have the glitching lich. And I actually really like this, but I do have one caveat towards this. The glitch effect here is actually different for each of the versions. So not only are you getting a different color scheme, you're getting a different glitch effect. That's good and bad, because there's some glitch effects that I actually really like more than others, and it would have been nice to have them available for other color schemes. But that's my only nitpick I'm going to point out there. Of course, you also get it with the borders as well. So a nice zoomed in version with the border. Then we have DJ Mindflay. Yeah, Daft Punk right there. Well, I actually really dig that. And different color schemes with the border zoomed in, very nice. There's actually 2 different bordered versions. So you actually have with the zoomed in, and then you get more of a body with the DJ turntable there. So I'm actually really glad they added that, because I actually like to have as much of the features as I can. Then we have the drag queen. This one's actually pretty cool. Dragonborn drag queen. So there you go. Different color schemes with the borders as well. And then we have something that's really interesting. We have ethereal versions of all of the creatures that we see here. I don't know exactly what that means, because one of the things that I'm going to talk about later is that this is very niche. And I'll talk about what that means after we take a look at all of these tokens. And so you can see that there are some creatures that we haven't seen yet that are coming up. So we get those with the borders, and then we get them without the border, and it looks a little bit less ethereal, like less ghost-like, and more just a color scheme change, which I don't really dig as much. I actually like it, that little faded look with the border. If they had kept that same fade for the actual bust, I would have liked it a little bit more. The Glowbold bust. Cobalt with a lot of gold, glowing bracelets and whatnot. Like the colors on some of these. Make it really stand out and pop. Of course, you got it with the borders as well. Grunk's bust. Looks like a little frog guy. I don't know specifically what creature this is from Dungeons & Dragons. But oh well. Of course you get them with the border. And I actually really do like that his hand sticks out from the border as well. That's a really nice effect. You have a high elf. Looks like a really rad looking dude there with a cigarette in his mouth or whatever. And then of course you got it with the borders. Jabronitar. So we got a jabroni here. That's a minotaur. That's actually really ballin'. Like that his nose ring is also glowing as well. Kind of wish they brought out the glowing effect a little bit more, but it's actually hilarious. I like it. This is your little bouncer guy. LS Demon. Yeah, because if you're going to a club, you're going to probably find some of that stuff. And I like the background with the borders here that you see, the little strobe effects. It actually really matches the color scheme. The Centaur of Attention. I don't know what that means, but we just have a centaur that's in pretty neon colors. Kind of looks a little faded. It's not as colorful as some of the others, like the LS Demon. My favorite, out of all of them, the Gelatinous Cube. Because not only do you get the skeletons inside of the gelatinous cube, you also get their little weird rave bracelets and stuff. And you get a nice color scheme, but my favorite one is the one with the freaking face on it. Like, how awesome is that? I don't know how a gelatinous cube's biology works or how that would even function, but the fact that it's there makes me laugh every time I see it. And of course, you get it with the border too. Now, it doesn't look like you get that one with the border, which is actually like a star down if I was actually to give that a rating, because like, why would you get one with a face but not put a border on it? Well, there's a reason for that. Well, actually, not really. You can actually put those frames on any token that you want. So remember when I said that you can download this entire token pack? This is something that you'll also get when you download it. So you can actually make your own tokens with this really cool glow neon border, which is actually really cool. Like, I've not encountered any token packs that actually make use of that. And then we have an LS Demon icon, which I don't know what you're supposed to use that for. I'm actually not really sure what you're supposed to use any of this for. It's just here. This is a very niche token pack. And I use that term like that because I have not come across any adventure or anything like that that would make use of this. Like, this is very one-shot-ish for me. Like, you could definitely design a whole one-shot around all of this stuff. I don't know for sure because I haven't looked at the marketplace, but it's actually a real shame that this hasn't been done as a one-shot or anything like that. Like, there's been no mention of it here or anything like that because I'm not going to use these. I don't see any reason to use these. I mean, if you're doing a standard fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons game, there would be no reason why you would use any of these. So it's a real shame that there hasn't been like a one-shot adventure that actually would use some of this stuff, because this is really unique. Like, I dig the style. I like, just how much it pops. It's really artistic. I really like it. But if I'm going to have to create an adventure to use it, I'm probably just not going to do that, because this would be like one of the one-shots that I actually would use for my physical, like, real life friends, whenever they come over, and I would just plug in something and play. That probably would have been the adventure that I would have chosen, but I can't because it probably doesn't exist. So there we go. Maybe it does, and I just don't know. But there we go. That is the Raveyard by Kevin DNG. Very unique, very artsy. I really like it. Would I use it? No, unless it comes with an adventure, which it doesn't look like it. So until then, I'm probably just going to let this one sit in my art folder. But if there is an adventure for it, then you bet I'm going to use it. So feel free to leave a comment down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up to support the series. And subscribe if you would like to see more. I will see you guys in the next video.